Inflation has reared its ugly head worldwide due to multiple factors, including the surge in demand for products and services as people increase spending post-lockdowns, supply chain disruptions caused by the pandemic, and the latest being Putin's Ukrainian war increasing food and energy prices. While stock markets are exhibiting a lot of volatility, and currently testing their 2022 lows, along with bonds still paying low interest rates, there is one investment, U.S. Treasury Series I bonds, that will pay over 8.5% the next 12 months. If you have up to $10,000 or $20,000 for a couple, each with their own $10,000 investment, that you don't need for 1 year, it is worth your time to research these. However, the initial investment to lock in the current 7.12% trade will need to be done in the next 4 days or by April 30th. To understand the pros and cons of the Series I bonds, read this article before you decide to buy them. An 8.54% return is guaranteed by the U.S. Treasury. Fortunately, the U.S. Treasury Series I bond can come close to or beat the inflation rate. These bonds are 30-year instruments whose interest rate is reset every 6 months. The rate is a combination of an inflation calculation over a 6-month time frame and a fixed rate determined by the U.S. Treasury Secretary. With inflation increasing to multi-decade highs, the inflation calculation for I bonds bought until April 30th, pays an annualized rate of 7.12% for 6 months. It is possible to determine what the I bonds reset interest rate will be on May 1st, since the U.S. Labor Department announced March's inflation rate, completing the 6 months needed to calculate it. Based on the results, I bonds bought between May and November will pay a 9.62% annualized rate. When combined with the 7.12% rate, I bonds bought in April will be paid a full-year interest rate of 8.54%, which is exactly what the CPI rate has been for the past 12 months. While this only keeps pace with the March inflation reading, if inflation decreases, the I bonds return will be higher than inflation. One aspect about I bonds to keep in mind is that if they are redeemed within 5 years of being bought, there is a 3-month interest penalty, applied to the last 3 months of interest. If bonds are bought in April and redeemed after 1 year, the penalty would result in an effective rate of 6.05%. Still much better than any other fixed income investment with such low risk.